Oh, oh, where are you going? Hey, listen, if I'm going to take the time to teach you how to do all this stuff, then you get your butt back out in that garage. And then you smash the subscribe and like button because I'm an awesome guy and I like to give free information. So you should do me a favor. But don't be walking away. We got things to learn today and to fix. So you better go grab your tools and get out in that garage right now. Right now. What are you waiting for? Go. Jeez. What's going on, guys? My name's Daniel. It's me and my girlfriend. We like to travel, and I'm a pretty smart cookie. I like to show people how to do things easily, affordable, budgeting, because travel is very expensive. And I want to show you easy setups that you can do on your RV or travel trailer when you're out and about, especially for extended stays. So I want to show you a few options, this being my favorite one that I've come up with so far. And, when you get off grid for, let's say 7 to 10 days, water becomes scarce. And your tanks are annoying. They're annoying to fill when you have to buy a bunch of those blue potable containers to refill your main freshwater tank. So I'm going to try to open a few options up to you and help you understand how to do this properly without chemically hurting yourself or your trailer or any of the above. So let me see if I can do a breakdown for you guys to understand how to get more water when off grid and how to get rid of the water that's already in your tank once you've used your main tank, how to add more water to it and get rid of the old stuff. Let's take a look. So I apologize, guys. It's a little windy out here today, but let's see if I can talk you through this. So this would be a good off-grid water setup for any RV or camper. Okay, yes, it takes up space. Yes, the back of your truck is going to have extra stuff in it, but you will be able to go off-grid for considerably longer by doing this. This gives us 10 to 15 days easily off-grid by having this stuff right here. Most of this you're going to have with you. This is a 35-gallon septic release tank. So this is an extra septic tank for gray or black. We only use this for gray. We rarely ever fill up our black tank, ever. So we only use this for gray tank release, okay? This is 35 gallons. We have a 39-gallon tank. We have a 39-gallon freshwater tank in our trailer built in, and our gray tank is 30 gallons. So what we do is we will connect this to the trailer. So before we go off grid, we fill up our trailer freshwater tank, which is 39 gallons, okay? Then we fill up 2 of these containers, which we'll explain why. One of these is drinking water, and the other one is cooking and ice maker water, okay? So we have 5 gallons of fresh potable water, and then we have another 5 gallons of fresh potable water, but half of this we use for the ice maker to keep circulating ice, right? We make ice constantly off the solar grid, so our cooler never runs dry on ice. Every 7 days I have to make more ice, but I just take the water that's already in the cooler, I add a couple well tablets to it for fresh well tank tablets, and then I recirculate that back through the ice maker and make a whole nother batch of ice. So we can actually use the same ice water for 30 days without it creating any issues. We're not drinking the water or eating the ice that we're making. It's just to keep stuff cold in the cooler so we don't have to run our propane or our refrigerator when we're off grid. We can just make infinity ice basically if we want to, using the same water by just recycling the water back into the ice maker. Okay, if that makes sense. So our 30-gallon tank, basically when we get there, wherever we're going, if we know we're going to be there for 10, 12, 15 days, we will take this out and immediately hook this up to the trailer, and we will open the gray tank release, okay? This has a float on the top of it, so when this is open, when this is unscrewed, when this gets full, see if I can open this up. Sorry if I'm touching the microphone. When this gets full to the top, there's a little red float in here that'll actually pop up and let you know this is full. At that point, I will cap it off down there at the bottom, and I will put this tank back into the back of the truck. Okay, I have a ramp. We just drag it right into the back of the truck, and this is full. And now our gray tank gets closed, and it's completely ready for the next batch of water that we're going to be adding to the camper. And that's where something like this comes in. This is a water bladder. This is a 30-gallon water bladder. I didn't want to go too big. I just wanted an extra 30 gallons in case we needed it for showers and things like that. Because if you take showers, then you know it takes a lot of water to take showers. So this is a 30-gallon Vevor water bladder. These literally cost $20. However, something to consider, this is not potable. You're not really supposed to drink this after 24 hours. Number one, it'll have a weird plasticky smell. And number two, bladders have a tendency to pick up, after a couple days, they'll start gaining bacteria. So what we do is we open this up, and right in the top where our fill point is, we drop a couple well tablets in there with it. So if you ever seen fresh well tablets, we just drop 2 of those in there, and that keeps the bacteria from building up inside of this so that it doesn't hurt your skin. But I wouldn't drink this. Once you put this in your freshwater tank, when you're done and you drain your tank, you also want to put another couple well tablets in there. Just drop them in the end of your hose, screw them on, put 3 or 4 well tablets in there, screw them on, and that'll push it right in. You want to do it past the filter point. So past the screen, past the filter point to your trailer, you want to put those there. And as the water runs through it, it'll break down those tablets and that goes into the tank. Okay, if that makes any sense. You want those tablets in there, especially after you use the water bladder water, okay? And you may want to just fill the tank up and drain it a couple times until you're positive that all of the bladder water is out. But this is only for extended stay off-grid stuff, just so you guys are aware. It's really easy to sanitize your freshwater tank when you're done, even after using a bladder, okay? But you're going to need 2 hoses, and you're going to need a pump. Most people have a drill when they're out, so this is a drill pump. You connect your drill right to this. That end of it clips on to this 3/4 inch hose adapter. So this gets clipped right onto here, like so. Push that on. That locks into place. And then this hose adapter gets connected to your other hose, your freshwater hose that goes to your trailer. And then you screw in the opposite end of it right to your trailer. And then you leave this in the back of your tow vehicle, attach your drill. And with me, what I do is I have a piece of Velcro right here. If I can figure out where the end of it is. There we go. I just tape this around the trigger so I can just walk away. I can literally just set this on the ground with it running, and it'll just go until it fills up the trailer completely. And then when I come back, I just take the piece of Velcro off the trigger on the handle. So I don't have to sit there and hold it all day. It's just a little piece of Velcro that I keep at the bottom of it so I can still use the drill and it's not in the way, right? So you'll need 2 hoses, technically your freshwater hose, and then 1 from this to that. And I did have to separately order these connectors, okay? So these connectors did not come with this setup. I had to order these separately for the end of the hose, okay? I'm sorry, I should be saying this connector right here. These ones come automatically connected. So this is for the extension. As you can see, I bought 2 of them just in case I needed another couple extra ones. Okay, so basically, this is how it works. I'll break it down one more time for you. Drink water, 5 gallons. Potable cooking and ice water right here. Okay, so I'll have, 2.5 gallons of cooking water. And then I'll have 2.5 gallons of ice water, and then 5 gallons of drinking water. 35-gallon Theford Smart Tote septic, RV septic tank. And this is for leaving connected when you first get to your site. That way this fills up first, and then you pull this in the back of your truck, and then you fill up your normal gray tank. After you close this, from that point on, whatever water you put in from here, right, is what's going to end up going back into your gray tank. So 35 gallons, I know that I'm taking that out. I know that I can put 30 in, right? If that makes any sense. So 30 gallon, 35 gallon, right? And then when you get to your dump station, you just dump your normal tanks on your trailer and you dump this. And then if you want to, you can refill this again for more off-grid stuff. The reason I chose 30 gallons and not a 60 or 100 or 200 gallon, obviously weight reasons, okay? I'm going to be toting, it's like having another person in your vehicle, another 250 pound person in your vehicle. 30 gallons weighs roughly 255 pounds. So this is going in the back of the truck after the before the axle. So before the rear axle, this is actually going towards the end of the truck, and this gets put right next to it in the back of the truck, and both of these get strapped down on the same area. So this strap and those two end straps right here get strapped to the same cable. That way they can't slide around the back of the truck. And then obviously my generator and my, my gallons of gas and my extra water goes in the back in the cooler. All right. And that allows me almost, if I extended it, probably 20 days off grid ability. Okay. So it is very easy to do off grid. This is probably going to be your most expensive part of this purchase if you want to go, severe off grid, because technically by law, most places don't let you drain your gray tank, even though it's just shower water and sink water and there's no, feces or any of that stuff in there. Technically, most places don't let you just ground drain your gray tank. So you're going to need one of these, and you don't have to get one this size. I chose one this size because I wanted an extra 30 gallons and I wanted a little extra out of the trailer, even though I only have a 30-gallon tank. Technically, right, I still want a larger tank. I still want enough to know that even if I drain my complete gray tank, right, that I will have enough to put back in, and this is going to take the majority of it out. That way I can guarantee myself that off-grid ability if I need it. Smaller tanks, less time off-grid. I want it up to 20 days if I could get it off-grid. Okay? So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions about anything that I purchased here, I will actually put the purchase links for all this stuff. And I'm not saying it's cheap. If you do what I did, you'll go look for one of these used. Marketplace, I picked this up for 50 bucks. These things are like $320 from Thetford. They're very expensive. They're not cheap. And as you can see, mine came with a broken hose down there, which I actually took off and I replaced it. So I spent an extra $20 on the hose. So a little under 100 bucks, I was able to get a used one of these in very good condition. I would suggest, if you can, try to buy used first, because these are very expensive and you're going to be putting shit in it. Think about that. Do you really need a new one? Because you're just going to take your new one and make it instantly dirty with like the worst thing you could possibly find on the planet. If you get a used one, I say get a used one. However, water bladders, I would not suggest buying them used. Most people use them, then store them, and then they get a bunch of bacteria and stuff. And it's not like you can just get in there with a scrub brush and clean these things out. If you don't properly care for a water bladder, it can go get nasty really quickly. These need to air dry. And they need to be dried out very thoroughly before you store them. And you're actually supposed to store them in a freezer if you can. That way they can't build up bacteria. Most of you won't be able to do that. So if you're using one, just remember, use freshwater well tablets, okay? So when you drill a well in your backyard, they have tablets that you can actually put in your well to keep the water in good condition and bacteria free. It's the same thing you want to do with these water bladders. Remember, you're not really supposed to drink these containers. This specifically is not really potable water. For 24 hours, you could drink the water. It would taste a little weird, but after that, this is super easy to get bacteria in there. So my suggestion to you is well tablets. Drop a few of those in there if you're going to fill your water bladder before you go off grid. That way it keeps the water inside in good condition, especially with the sun, then cool at night, then the sun, then cool at night, altering the water temperature. Having those tablets in there will keep anything from happening to the water inside of there. You don't want to drink it if you can avoid it, but think about it for showering. As long as you're using dish soap, it'll be fine. But it's not really a potable water source. Make sure that you have an extended water source next to you. 5 gallons is quite a bit of water, even between 2 people, let's say. But if you have more people, you're going to want more water sourcing. We don't normally need that much water. 5 gallons is a lot. Plus, we normally have a 24-pack of water bottles that goes in the cooler with us. So I hope this helps. Like I said, I'm sorry for how long this explanation is. I wanted to make sure I was very thorough about this and understanding that this really isn't a potable water source. You need extra water, and how to drain all this and have a place to get rid of your gray tank if you're refilling. You must have these 2 things. One to empty the tank that's already in there, and another one to refill the tank and fill your other gray tank once you empty the gray tank from your original batch of water that you had. You have to have one of these. Check your tank size that's in there. Make sure you at least get an equivalent or a little larger septic tank for it. That way you're guaranteeing that what's coming out, you have enough to actually hold. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. If you'd like to buy us a gallon of gas for our travels, you can get us an extra 8 miles of our travels by just donating $3.50 or whatever a gallon of gas costs right now. We won't say no, or a cup of coffee. We accept all that. All my information is below. I hope that helps, and I will see you guys on the road. Toodles.